It's your boy, U-Goboy. That's Mongo, all right? This is the U-Goboy podcast channel. But before we start, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got unfiltered, authentic conversations. We got sports talk. We got drops. Oh, yeah. So, Mongo, what should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yahtzee.
But in reality, the rule is if one guy has a cool nickname and his team is in the wild card and his dad is pitching to him and his brother is catching and it's a great feel-good story and you want him to be the Goliath going up against either Vladdy Guerrero in the playoffs or the hero for the David against the Yankees in the playoffs, because that's where Seattle's going to be right now.
Of course.
You need to make this guy famous. And so if that's one guy in the tiebreaker and the other guy plays his games in a Sacramento County park, then guess what? They're going to have Cal Raleigh win that 1,000 times out of 1,000. And that's okay. I agree he's the guy who should move on. Nobody cared if Brett Rooker was there last night.
You go, boy.
Yo, 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 yo. Do not adjust your TV sets. You see this face? You see that face? It's sports talk. It's the halfway point of the Major League Baseball season. A home run derby. We're going to talk about that. A birthday boy. We're going to celebrate that. As well as the NFL preseason is on the way. Episode 67. It's sports talk. And it's coming up next on the U-Goboy podcast. Yahtzee. Whoa. Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag. I need more. Hey, 3P, Jordan, whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam. Yo. I just want Ric Flair, whether you like it or not. I need like 10 of them.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going today.
It's your boy! You go, boy! And I'm not here alone. Mongo's here! And before we say another word, round of applause, happy birthday, Mongo! Get those cannons! Give me 50 cannons! Let them fly!
Cannon.
Don Cannon, you owe me money. Don DeMarco, you owe me money. I see you on Twitter. I see you on TikTok. You guys are making it. I want some. All right. Yes. All eyes on me. Let me get my camera. Where's my camera? Episode 67 of the U-Goboy podcast. It's sports talk.
You go, boy.
All right. Of course, we're going to celebrate a birthday. We're definitely going to do that today. That's me. Guy with the beard. Oh, yeah.
Is back together.
Keep it going, Steve.
The band is back together.
We got Steve on the boards. Mr. Franchise himself of the Click. Wolfpack for life. Too sweet. All WCW references. Back from the grave. Eric Bischoff, eat your heart out. Yeah, Marvelous, I love you. Steve, I love you. I love both of you guys. You know, I don't care who's doing the show, just one of you bearded, handsome men. That's all I care about. Yeah, episode 60. Give me another Dom DeMarco. Give me another one. And another one. Episode 67 is Sports Talk. Mongo, what's up, dog?
Doing good. Thank you for having me here on my birthday. Appreciate that. Shout out. Hope everyone is doing well. You know, we were the latest state to get pretty rocked by some flooding. So
True.
Hope everyone's doing okay. I woke up this morning to learn one of our best listeners' wild thing. Had a swimming pool in his car this morning. Sorry to hear that wild thing with everybody.
Wow.
But hope everyone's doing okay. And, it's really a perfect time for a midsummer classic,
Yes.
an all-star break, right? We need a break from what's going on. And we're going to have some fun today doing that.
Oh, yeah. A round of applause of love and support for everybody that was affected by the flash floods in Texas and down south and East Coast as well, evidently.
Boston, New Jersey. I mean, it's going around, man. It's
my aunt, her basement got flooded. So love you, Auntie Hope. And thank God mine didn't get flooded for the 50th time. Flash floods aside, we're at the halfway point of the Major League Baseball season. The Fall Classic is actually going on now in real time. It'll be done by the time I drop this episode. But it's the halfway point. Before we recap that halfway point,
we got to talk about the home run derby. Give me some Dom DeMarcos. Give me some Dom DeMarcos. Give me some savages. Some savages. And it's your birthday, so I think it's about time for a pipe bomb. Get the pipe bombs going, Steve. Keep them going. Keep them going. This pipe bomb, tight on me. This pipe bomb is brought to you by U-Goboy merch. Grab the merch. I'm merched out. Mongo's merched out. I got the t-shirt. He's got the hoodie. We both got the hat. Live show's on the way at Bravey Studios in lovely Garfield, New Jersey. Mongo, the floor is yours, brother. Let's talk about that home run derby. Cal Raleigh, round of applause for the big dumper. The big dumper. The second Seattle Mariner to win the home run derby since my main man, Kenneth Griffey Jr., my all-time favorite player. Him and A-Rod, they fight for the title. You know what I mean? But Ken Griffey, who is the CEO of Deer Park Water. I just found that out today as well.
I had no idea.
Congrats, Kenny. Love you, dog. Go. Gotta get you on the show. But Mongo, let's talk about that home run derby. Thoughts?
So full disclosure, didn't watch it live. I watched it last night, 3 a.m. when it was on ESPN for the 4th time or whatever. Kind of a timeline here. When that started, we texted. He was watching, I wasn't. And we both agreed we were so excited for this. We loved everything that was happening. And feel free to disagree if you saw anything as you went on. But I love the format.
Yes.
I love that, the way they do it now.
Dom DeMarco for the format. Dom DeMarco.
I love the animatronics, the visuals.
Oh, yeah. The StatCast presentation as well. That's the one I watched. I didn't even watch the original one.
Correct.
Keep those Dom DeMarcos going. Shout out to ESPN.
I love the way the announcers were. It was more educational, right? We grew up in a Berman back.
Right.
For 3 hours, losing our minds. You could actually, if you were from outer space, you could learn something about baseball and about home runs and about trajectory and about the science of it last night. So overall, really educational night, really smart night, really strong night for the MLB. And so they're going to humor us by making up a rule.
Get those savages going. They dropped the ball.
If you're gonna make it up like the NBA does with all of its stupid weekend events, where a guy's eating Taco Bell while he bounces a ball through 9 tires or whatever the hell they do on their weekend, fine, make it a joke, but don't set me up for what's going to be super entertaining and then make up this rule that Brent Rooker, by the way, has every right to be pissed about.
Facts.
This.
Big facts.
So,
big facts.
In case you missed it, Cal Raleigh and Brent Rooker are tied at the end of round 1. And first they announced it's going to come down to longest home run. That conveniently is a tie, right? Let's really get those ratings up. Let's get those Twitter thumbs moving about what's going to happen now. And then all of a sudden they magically produce this number, 8/100ths of a foot is the difference between their two.
I have the number. And I'll throw it on the screen as well.
Please go ahead, because
the tiebreaker. Mongo chose violence.
Please.
The tiebreaker, because it went to distance instead of. I thought they were going to do a swing off. That's what everyone thought. That's what I thought, because that actually makes sense, and they've done that in the past. But it went to distance, and Raleigh had his longest home run was 470.61, and Rooker's was 470.53. That was the difference. That got Raleigh to the next round. So 0.08, if I'm not mistaken. My math is mathing. 0.08 is what got Raleigh to the next round and sent Rooker home. Do a damn swing off. Do a damn swing off. That to me was a huge black eye on what was, in my opinion, one of the best, most entertaining home run derbies of all time. You ruined it with math. And you're a math teacher.
And I am a math teacher, so I want to make sure everybody understands this. That's a great job by the MLB of trying to make us all be idiots, right? 0.08 feet. It's measured in feet, so it must still be big. That's less than an inch, people. Do 0.08 times 12 and watch what happens. It is less than an inch. And just to put this into perspective, here's how you know I chose violence today. I freaking brought props. Here's how you know this pisses me off.
Savage!
To put this into perspective, I know it's a little hard to see. You can zoom in later and then post here. But the distance between the two laces, right where they come to their most narrow here and kind of the peanut shape, that's roughly an inch.
Savage.
So we're talking about less than that distance. And just to put this into perspective, so we're talking about 96 hundredths of an inch. The laces on a baseball are 3.03 inches off the baseball. So we're talking about a world where 3% of this phantom distance, that one Cal Raleigh, $1 million, comes down to whether the ball landed like this or landed like this.
Savages.
Right? Laces
Savages.
out, down.
Savages.
Right? Laces in or laces out. So
Not Ace Ventura.
now, in the meantime, go Google StatCast for 30 seconds.
Savage.
They guarantee that only 80% of their numbers are within a foot. So 20% of the time, they're not even in the right foot. I'm sorry, if 80% of the time you're only within
Savage.
12 inches, you want to guess how often they're right by 96 hundredths of an inch? It's not that often. And it's definitely not often enough to make it determine who wins $1 million in the home run derby. They do get paid for this, by the way. So here's the honest truth. The MLB just got the rule wrong last night, and that's okay.
Agreed.
And it's not even that the rule is wrong. They said it wrong.
Yes.
They said the rule is that longest home run wins. But in reality, the rule is if one guy has a cool nickname and his team is in the wild card and his dad is pitching to him and his brother is catching and it's a great feel-good story and you want him to be the Goliath going up against either Vladdy Guerrero in the playoffs or the hero for the David against the Yankees in the playoffs, because that's where Seattle's going to be right now.
Of course.
You need to make this guy famous. And so if that's one guy in the tiebreaker and the other guy plays his games in a Sacramento County park, then guess what? They're going to have Cal Raleigh win that 1,000 times out of 1,000. And that's okay. I agree he's the guy who should move on. Nobody cared if Brent Rooker was there last night. But you don't humor us with an absolutely made-up number. Either have them swing off and let chips fall where they are, or just say higher seed wins, right? Like we do in fantasy football.
Yep.
Higher seed wins, Raleigh moves on, world keeps on spinning. Dumb decision, MLB.
Give me 10 boomies. Give me 10 boomies, Steve. Give me 10 boomies.
Boo me!
Oh, yeah.
Cheer me!
One more.
Boo me! Cheer me! Love me! Hate me!
You all do it because you know I'm right.
And I'll give you. I want your take in a sec, but if I can just throw one more thing out here, because if you're going to make it a circus, to me, you missed your opportunity. Here's what the tiebreaker should be. I mean, let's be real. No one take me too seriously here. We know it should have just been a swing off. But if you really want to make it a straight up kangaroo court circus, here's what you do. At every All-Star game, you do Price is Right style tie-breaking. You have one legendary pitcher and batter from that team standing by to take one swing, and the two guys in the tie guess how far. Could you imagine Cal Raleigh moving on because he guessed Chipper Jones could hit a home run 350 feet? That place would have lost its mind when Chipper Jones came out to swing a bat one time.
Facts.
How awesome would that have been?
Well, he was there.
What a legend settle the tie if
Chipper
you
was
really
there.
want to make it stupid. Otherwise, just swing off, keep on going, guys. Come on. How hard?
Chipper was in the house. Steve chose
Let him
violence.
swing. Let him swing.
Like the video. We're coming in hot. Muy caliente on episode 67 of the U-Goboy podcast, live from Bravery Studios.
Bravery up!
In lovely Garfield, New Jersey. Listen, as soon as Lord have mercy, as soon as Pat McAfee, who did a marvelous job with the intros, by the way, very entertaining. As soon as he said that Cal Raleigh had the fattest ass in the history of the Major League Baseball, I was like, well, I know who's going to win now. And and they kept talking about this guy's ass the entire. It got very uncomfortable. Like everybody in the broadcast is like, yeah, he definitely worked on his glutes this morning. He has a medicine ball, and he in between the batting cages. He's working on his. He's using all his muscles, and they're just like, "Can we change the subject?" Like that's where I was. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Savage.
It's scripted. It's scripted. Everything's scripted. You can't.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. The fix was in on this one from Jump Street.
Lord, like he had his own towel that said "the big dumper" on it. For Christ's sakes, like what are the chances? Not to mention. Shout out to the Dominican Republic. I did not know this. The last four home run derby champions were from DR. One of my you guys know it's one of my favorite countries. You know what I mean? Shout out
to ESPN. Great job putting the the DR pressure on Caminero at the end. Great job putting the National League pressure on O'Neal Cruz. They did a great job of creating and maintaining storylines. The guy pitching to Caminero is the same guy who almost got Rosarena to the promised land 2 years ago, right? They did such a good job storytelling. And that's how you know it's fake, right? You can't have that many good storylines.
10 of them.
Be reality. It doesn't work that way, guys. Life's not a story. It was too good. I mean, I don't know based on what channel you were watching on, but go back and watch again. The young kids, it's like they're bullies, right? All the kids 24 and under are helping each other right before the bonus. They're all hanging out together. They're having a good time. Ellie De La Cruz is coming out. Meanwhile, you got the two old guys, right? You got Olsen and you got Dumper over there. Just Dumper sitting with one guy from the Royals I couldn't even identify and his dad. And Olsen took about 4.5 hours to finally start swinging, and then we forgot he was in the thing. So it was so set up. And don't get me wrong, we're WWE guys. We love the script. We love the setup.
You guys see the belt.
Love the
you see the belts. The belts are here. They're not props. All right, they're part of the show.
Was I entertained? Absolutely.
Of course.
Was that not a very foregone conclusion?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. The fix was in, boys. Sorry.
100,000 billion infinity %. The fix was in, and I mean. Round of applause for all the Dominicans that participated. Round of applause for O'Neal Cruz, future Yankee, named after Paul O'Neal.
Right.
One of our favorite players all time. Love you, Warrior. Shout out to Caminero. He did an awesome job. Vladdy's just there. You know what I mean?
Vladdy was there. Cruz was there. Skeens was there.
Tatis was there.
They were all doing their thing, right?
Who else? You said De La Cruz. Yeah, all the Dominicans were there. There was platanos. There was freaking rice and beans and chicken, and and really good fish. The Dominican red snapper. Dom DeMarco's there. They were having a good old time, but they knew. They kind of knew. I mean, it's scripted.
Right, but like the Royal Rumble, right? 30 guys, 29 are not there to win, but if they don't do their job, the Royal Rumble can't happen, right?
Exactly.
You need the losers to probably do more than the winners sometimes.
I will dog walk yo.
Give me 10 of those Birdmans. When my name come up, you gotta respect it. I appreciate that.
When my name come up, respect it.
Hell yeah.
When my name come up.
Steve is on the boards, and he chose violence. He has a beard.
I mean, sorry, I got to add to the pile here. They had a kid rob a home run from
They did. Yo, give me 5 savages. I was just getting ready to say it.
Which great catch by that kid.
That kid is banned.
That kid will not see the outfield at the All-Star Game 2026.
I think that they had goodie bags for all the kids, like they typically do. I think they took his away.
But even that, I don't know what the coverage was where you were listening, but ESPN, man, again, first one of the announcers goes, "That's not why they're out there." Like like when Michael Cole overplays his hand, and then someone else a minute later is like, "At the end of the day, guys, they're kids." Like he was like, "Come on, like knock it off." But even the animosity between the announcers felt, like it rehearsed, like, oh, he's going to be the heel, so I'm going to be the face here at this moment. It was wild, but great catch by that kid. I got to be honest.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Again, I watched the ESPN2 the Statcast telecast or whatever, and it was exciting. There was a female broadcaster. I don't know her name offhead, but she does Sunday Night Baseball. She did a phenomenal job. Pena, Eduardo Pena. There we go, Eduardo Pena. There we go. It's like he was on it. So I mean, ESPN wall to wall, great coverage, and launch angle and exit velo. All the nerd figures were out. It was entertaining. It was very well done. But it was scripted. Come on, you guys aren't fooling anybody. I was born at night. I wasn't born last night. We knew that the big dumper was going to win it, and he got the belt. Cody Rhodes shows up out of nowhere.
That was the wackiest part of all of that. That was unbelievable.
Like out of nowhere, whoa! He just comes up. He brings a belt to. But then again, it wasn't Atlanta. Again, his house is probably 5 minutes away from the ballpark. So it wasn't too shocking. He wasn't at Raw. So yeah. But shout out to Cody. Love you, dog. But no, it was a foregone conclusion. But nonsense and foolishness and predetermined outcomes aside, it was still a very entertaining home run derby. And can we get some? I don't want to. Listen.
I know what you're gonna do.
He knows what's coming.
It's just a matter of what the sound effect you're gonna go with.
He knows what's coming. Give me
sad music. Is that where you're gonna go here?
Yeah. Give me the sad music. Give me sad music, Steve. Give me sad music, Steve.
It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
This one's rough.
If it's just the sound of a trash can going.
Oh God, no! I'm not.
You want to go with the sad music?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll go. That works.
That'll work.
Give me 3 more of those. Give me 3 more of those.
Now I really hope this is what I think you're going to talk about.
Jazz Chisholm, man. I have your shirt, and I bought your shirt at the stadium, all right? So I paid the $500 from the team store to get your shirt, and he actually, on the night that I bought it, they were playing the Royals. Soto homered, Judas homered, and you know who had the walk-off hit? It was Jazz Chisholm. You know what I mean? So. And watch, I said, tell me when I'm telling lies. He will be the All-Star Game MVP. He's gonna hit 3 home runs tonight, which is the same amount of home runs he hit in the Derby.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Jazz. Listen, he had a good laugh about it. Judge was laughing his ass off the whole time. Judge is just like, bruh, like, you want me to come out there? Even one of the broadcasters was just like, Judge actually might hop in there and be like, bro, let me take a couple swings for you and get you on the board or whatnot. When he was stuck on 1 with 10 seconds to go, I was like, Lord have mercy, Jazz. This ain't it. But he put on for the Yankees. He put on for Barbados. Or Bermuda.
I think it's Bahamas.
Bahamas. Sorry about that, buddy.
Correct if we're wrong. I think it's Bahamas.
It started with a B, and the island food was incredible, and the weather. So he put on for his home country, and but man, that was less than ideal. And let me get the foghorn one more time. One more time, the foghorn. One more time. Yeah, Jazz.
Now, I'll say...
Not it, buddy.
I'll say this.
Oh, here comes the sad. There it is.
Well, Yankee fans, don't be sad. Don't you dare be sour. We've seen guys overdo it at the home run derby, and then, the second half they tail off. We do not have to worry about that. In fact, because Jazz is such a proud guy, he's probably going to come out and bat 600 next week just to show the world that this wasn't a mirage. So I actually think this is probably, Aaron Judge goes out and whiffs, it's fodder for everybody. Yeah. People aren't, they're not going to go into Boston in a couple weeks and people, Jazz, you swung, you were terrible, that sort of thing. Aaron Judge, this would follow him the whole time. But, I think they're in pretty good shape. Moving forward, because Jazz basically just went out there was solely just like how you needed Olsen there exclusively because you're in Atlanta, you almost need a Yankee to make an appearance at something other than the All-Star game because they're the Yankees, right? They are the brand. Exactly. They're the evil empire. There's somebody easy to boo at a bar last night. So, he checked the boxes he needed to check. I think his response, was something like, listen, I got there and I hit more than 0. I did my job. So in that sense, it worked itself out well. But as a Yankee fan in the moment, that was sad. That was rough.
That was a tough pill to swallow there. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. This is episode 67. We're coming in hot. Home run derby. That took up like 40 minutes, but I'm here for it. But again, it's the halfway point of the Major League Baseball season. NFL season's right around the corner. I can feel the Hall of Fame game, the spectacle that is that. Listen, there's the Stanley Cup final, there's the NBA finals, there's the Super Bowl, and there's the Hall of Fame game. Right at the top.
Hot takes right
Actually,
there.
And speaking of hot takes, can we get a round of applause? Can we get a round of applause real quick? And this is also a pseudo. I need a tell me when I'm telling lies. I need 3 of them. I need 3 tell me when I'm telling lies. Por favor, Steve Franchise. I need them.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
What more?
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You were talking about hot takes, and the God we serve makes no mistakes. No mistakes at all. 2 of my favorite hot take shows got canceled by Fox. Speak with LaShawn McCoy and the film room or whatever the hell it's called with Emmanuel Acho got axed. So LaShawn McCoy, you're out of a job. Joy Taylor, you're out of a job. Emmanuel Acho, you're out of a job. Some of the worst and trashes, get those trashes going, Steve. Some of the biggest pile of compost in terms of hot takes is off of the TV sets, the tubes.
Gannon.
for the time being, and I have the same nostalgic, bubbly, warm, and fuzzy feeling when Skip Bayless got kicked off. Skip Bayless got off of TV. I get the same feeling when Emmanuel Acho, Joy Taylor, and Sean McCoy are no longer on my TV. So yeah, you guys can go on YouTube, you can go on your podcast, and you can talk about whatever you want under the sun. But you're out of a job, and Fox and FS1, your shows are still terrible. Your shows are still trash. This doesn't make it any better whatsoever. Listen, I get my news from Club Shay Shay, all right, and the Nightcap with Shannon and Ocho. You know what I mean? But Stephen A. Yeah, I know you just re-signed a new contract, and I'm not wishing that you get fired anytime soon, but hot take shows are dying.
Can't wait.
Get them going.
Can't wait.
Hot take shows, please. You guys can go fade off like the dinosaurs. The U-Goboy podcast. We're still going strong, baby. We're still going strong, baby. Episode 67. 100 will be here before you know it. That'll be on location somewhere. That'll be probably at the
Cowboy Jet game.
Yes, Cowboy Jet game. Or a church basement near you. But yeah, hot take shows. You love the fact that they're dying off, man. They're dying off. It's like the CD player or like the Zune. Remember the Zune?
Oh, barely.
But no, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going here. Again, it's the halfway point. Like the video. So halfway point. Let's talk about the first place teams.
Okay.
In both leagues. So we got the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
They lead our beloved Yankees by 2 games. We'll see how long that lasts. I think they're going to taper off. That's just me. But I'm just being an optimist and being a homer.
I'll go the other way and say the Yankees will do what they always do, which is come out of that June swoon they do every single freaking year and take over the Blue Jays. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but same conclusion.
Yeah, George Springer's not going to. He's not going to hit for 600 down the stretch.
No.
And I see an injury in his future. I don't want to wish that, but I just go off of history.
They're also in that weird position where their farm system's a little too top heavy.
Yep.
Where they don't really need the guys you would trade those guys for. So they're kind of stuck. They may have a real Blue Jay fans. It might be a real sad, kind of stuck trade deadline for you. Whereas I'm assuming we'll talk about the Yankees in a little bit. They have for the lack of depth they have some weird options because of specifically who they have.
Right.
Savage.
Yeah, and again, the needs. Yeah, we'll get to Yankee talk. We'll bring it home with Yankee talk. But Yankees have specific needs. They need a bat. They need a third baseman for their life depends on it.
Mm-hmm.
They need a reliever and maybe a starter as well. But Brian Cashman, do your job.
We'll get there.
Also, first place, in my opinion, not in my opinion, my humble belief, the best team in the AL right now, the Tigers. Tigers are in first place, and they lead the Twins by 11.5. So I think they've got a comfortable lead. They got Tarek Skubal, the best pitcher on the planet.
Yeah.
He's walking away with the Cy Young for I believe he won last year. Did he win last year?
He honestly should get some MVP votes.
Absolutely.
Sorry. I'll just say it.
Tarek Skubal, best pitcher in baseball, not named King Cole.
Yeah.
Not named King Cole.
Who's actively pitching?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Actively
Let's
pitching.
start the bidding there. I do want to say this real quick on Detroit. Feel free to get in the comments on this too, because I think this is a philosophical question. There is no right answer. But Detroit, young team, you could imagine a world where the pressure would get to. They're a team I actually kind of want to face in October. They're young. You can mess with them a little bit. How much of this is a self-fulfilling prophecy? The Guardians are not who we thought they were going to be. The Twins are not who we thought they were going to be. The Royals haven't even been able to give much of a fight with all the little minor additions they had in the offseason. And so Detroit hasn't had to feel pressure.
Right.
And as a result, as a young team, they can just keep winning, just keep cooking, just keep doing their thing. If the Twins were closer and the Guardians were closer, would the Tigers be showing more cracks? And so I kind of wonder how much of this is them looking good because there's nobody there to show them looking bad.
Well, off of that point too, you gotta keep in mind that they Cinderella run last year.
Yeah.
Ended at the hands of the Guardians, and of course Yankees did what they did against those said Guardians. But I mean, they're just a young team carrying over that momentum from last year. Definitely overachieved, especially just getting to the playoffs last year, let alone getting past the Astros and pushing the Guardians to the limit or whatnot. They're just picking up right where they left off. Not a lot of trepidation, like you said, an 11.5 game lead at the halfway point.
Yeah.
It would take an epic collapse of epic proportions, Steve Berman voice, back, for them to lose this lead, and which I don't see happening. The Central's already decided.
Correct.
So that is either good for them because they're going to be well rested and getting fat off of their earnings, or it could have the effect that, similar in football, teams that aren't really no challenging, no trepidation, they're not really battle tested. Playoffs is a different animal.
For sure.
We know that. And again, in a short series against a hungry team that's on a hot streak or whatnot, you can run into a buzzsaw. It's all about matchups in the playoffs. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Come playoff time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Come playoff time in any sport, but specifically in baseball, it's all about matchups. Who you face them and when you face them could determine a lot when it's all said and done. So, the Tigers, yes, I'm giving them their flowers now as currently constructed. They are the big dogs in the AL right now. But again, super young. And again, they're riding that hot streak. They're riding that hot wave right now. And we'll see come playoff time, we're close to October, if that is going to be enough to propel them all the way, which I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with
that's
that.
fair.
So over in the AL West, the Astros are in first place, 5 games up on the Mariners with the best player in the world, the big dumper. Altuve. I mean, the Houston Astros. Anytime they're in first place, you kind of just savage. You kind of shrug. Because, they're always in the playoffs or whatnot. But no George Springer, no Tucker, no Verlander.
Keep it going. No Bregman.
No Bregman.
Correa. I mean,
no Correa.
This is a different team, right?
We're in a different world. These aren't your dad's cheaters. I mean, these aren't your dad's Astros. So, we'll see how that works itself out in the second half.
Now, the one thing I'll say, I think, we just talked about the Central. I think the Twins are saturated. I don't think they can actually make a move if they wanted. I think the Tigers don't really need to do much, maybe a bullpen arm or something. And the other 3 teams are sellers, right? But the Astros are a clear buyer. And it scares me a little bit that they should be getting better. I mean, Brendan Rodgers can't hit a lick at second, and when Altuve covers him, he can't feel the lick. They have to find a 9th guy there, and I know they have injuries. I know they're going to be coming back. But they are going to have to add somebody, and they have a decent enough farm system that they can add. So, of the teams we've talked about so far, amongst the 5 or 6 playoff teams, Houston and the Yankees are the 2 teams that I most expect to add somebody.
Of course.
And so the fact that I already have them probably 3rd or 4th in the power rankings in the AL, watch out. They're gonna move up.
Of course, absolutely. They're going to make a move for sure. I'm super excited. We're definitely going to have a trade deadline hot stove super show like we always do. With Major League Baseball. And I'll try to get Adnan Virk. I'll see what he's up to. Actually, round of applause for Adnan. He just had a book just came out for him.
Hey, congrats, Adnan.
Mr. Cinephile himself. I got to get a copy, and he already agreed to get it signed. And we still got to go to MLB. We got to go to Secaucus.
Yes.
we got to have an all-location episode at the HQ. So that's still in the works. Haven't forgot about you, Adnan. Love you. Friend of the show. But over to the NL now. The Fightin' Phils. Phil Vinehorn with oil and go. They're a half game up on the other team that plays in New York, in Queens. They have stripes on their jerseys for some reason. They're not pinstripes. They're faux stripes. That's what I call them. The Phillies are a half game up on the Mets. It's a 2-team race. Marlins, Braves are just way too far behind, and the Nationals they just fired their manager and GM. So Phils and Mets. Who? Again, we're halfway through. Who wins that?
Man, it's a tough question. I'll go on the record right now. Who do I think goes further in the playoffs is the Phillies. Let me work backwards from there. The Phillies the last 3 years go to the World Series as the 6, and then the next 2 years get upset by the 6. They know the power of just get in. They do not feel the pressure to be the one. In fact, they may not even want to be the one with what's happened the last 2 years.
Facts,
and so They do have Aaron Nola coming back, who's going to naturally help.
That's big.
Jose Alvarado.
That's huge. And Harper just came back.
Harper came back.
Yep.
Alvarado gets off the suspension August 19th. But they don't have that same necessary level of pressure. If they did, Justin Crawford would already be up and pinch running in the 7th inning of every single game, right? The fact that they haven't brought up one of the most bizarre one-trick ponies in baseball lets you know they're comfortable just getting in. The Mets, on the flip side, have Senga coming back, which is going to be, their sort of push. And I know you don't want to hear this, but because this man has a flair for September ball, and because I do think the Mets are going to make a push, we're going to get an obnoxious amount of Juan Soto for MVP hype at the end of this year, with the NL MVP conversation being as open as it is. I'm just warning you right now to be ready to throw up during the early autumn.
I'm not shocked. Like the video. I'm not shocked by Judas Soto talk, considering that he missed the All-Star game, by the way. Not enough people are talking about that.
Right.
Again, he's got a flair. Shout out to Sizzle. When Sizzle was on here, Desmond Purse. Soto has a proven track record with the bright lights. Taking Verlander deep in the World Series, winning, basically single-handedly winning that World Series for the Nationals.
Right.
With big hit after big hit. He was not the reason why the Yankees lost to the Dodgers in 5. I'm not putting that on him at all. He plays his best baseball when he's got momentum. And again, they needed another big dog with him to take the pressure. Polar Bear has done that. Polar Bear has been a better player than him. Then again, Bellinger's been a better player than Soto in the first half. But that 1-2 punch, and Lindor is good for some dramatics as well.
Right.
My issue with the Mets, aside from them being the Mets, is the fact that their injuries, they've got to overcome that.
Yeah.
They're losing starting pitching. It's not only they're losing like a bullpen arm here, which they have lost some bullpen arms, but they're losing guys in the rotation. And yes, some of those guys are going to come back, but I don't think all of them are going to come back. And that come playoffs, typically the healthiest team wins.
Yeah, for sure.
And the hottest team, but also the healthiest team. There's really 2 H's. Healthiest and the hottest teams win come playoff time. The Mets got to get healthy. They do, because it is a toss-up. I can't even answer this question. I don't know who's going to win the NL East. I think it's going to be important, though, in terms of I think seeding is going to be important here, because I think these two teams, for a second straight year, I believe, they're on a crash collision course. I believe they are. I believe the Mets and Phillies are going to play again in the playoffs. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And the Phillies want their lick back. The Phillies, their season ended at the hands of the Mets last year. They want to return the favor. Cheesesteak in hand, Philly fanatic in hand. They want Ghost of Ryan Howard and Chase Utley and Jimmy Rollins pass. They want to get their lick back, as the kids say, and they want the Mets again. And I think it's going to be rock'em sock'em robots for the entire second half. They're going to be flip-flopping first and second in the division. And whoever loses that division is obviously still going to make because there's 10 wild cards now. But that home field is going to matter, because Citizens Bank is going to be rocking, and likewise, Citi Field's going to be rocking. The Phillies don't want to go. They don't want to have to win a decisive game at Citi. They don't want that.
No, I agree with that.
They showed last year that they can't.
Yeah, although they're the deeper team. They're they've had more experience, with the dangers of being either overconfident or scrappy. The 6th seed has followed them for a while. So again, I'm not too worried about them. Real quick before we finish on the Mets here, tell me when I'm telling lies from the last episode we did.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm telling
One more,
lies.
Steve.
Tell
One
me
more,
when I'm
Steve.
telling lies.
Go back, check an episode. I warned you, the big problem for Soto is that he's going to start getting compared to James Wood. And I don't know if it's popping up on your social media
Oh,
yet.
it is.
They're side by side.
Is.
I warned you. He's
it
going to be
is.
compared to Michael King's, WAR, and he's going to be compared to Wood's direct stats. Obviously, right? You can't compare King and Soto directly. But he's got to be careful. James Wood is in the All-Star game tonight. Soto is not. He's got to be careful, or he is going to become the forgotten man there. But I got to say, listen, the MLB, I hate all new rules of the last 5 years, right?
Agreed.
I hate the fact that we can't pick off over at first base 3 times, but we can watch Junior Caminero take 9 balls at the end of the home run derby, right? We have no priorities. I don't like that we keep the clock going in the playoffs.
Savage.
But the MLB is doing all of this to try and catch up to the NBA and the NFL, right?
Yes, of
and
course,
to look at what just happened, right? We talked about it on the last episode. Tyrese Halliburton doesn't even make the All-Star game, and we want to anoint him the best thing, right? The face of the league. Mm-hmm. So the MLB would love nothing more than for Soto to follow the Halliburton narrative of didn't even make the All-Star game. So they're going to push him as much as they can in the MVP conversation unfortunately.
I'll take it a step further, like the video. I'll take it a step further. The Cal Raleigh AL MVP hype train.
Oh, same exact thing.
Is all aboard. Mm-hmm. You know, I heard someone on MLB Network. It's probably Mark DeRosa, honestly.
That feels right.
Lord have mercy, his takes are powerful. Like, he was saying, like, yeah, if Raleigh wins, if he hits 50 home runs, how do you not give him the MVP? I don't know, because batting average, WAR, RBIs, efficiency. I think, yeah, he's doing amazing things as a catcher, and he's having a historic season. Cal Raleigh is not in the same zip code or realm or stratosphere of Aaron Judge. He's not. Is he arguably the best catcher or offensive catcher in baseball right now? He has that argument for sure. But are we talking about Cal Raleigh in the same sentence as Judge, as Soto, as who else? As Devers, as Ohtani, or as Tatis? Are we talking? Is that what's going on? Because hell no, it's I don't see it. I don't see it.
Oh hell no!
Yeah. One more of those.
I mean,
what do you think, Mark?
On Friday, we saw Aaron Judge for the second out of an inning go into the bleachers and rob a home run, and then on the very next at bat, dove in for a ball. Like, you literally can't hit the ball to right field at Yankee Stadium without it being susceptible to Judge. Remember, this is a Seattle team that has Mitch Garver on it because they thought they needed an upgrade defensively at catcher. Like, Garver turned out to be the offensive, side of that coin. Who knew? But this is not a team that was relying on Raleigh. This is not a team. I mean, this is a team with a ton of young. Listen, I'm terrified to play the Mariners if I find them in the playoffs. Not because Cal Raleigh can hit the ball 70 feet and 2/8 of an inch or whatever dumb number they gave them, but because they have strong young pitching, right? You can make the argument on any given day he's not even the best player on his team. I mean, it's the same thing. Listen, when we get to the NL MVP conversation at the end of the year, there are going to be 3 Cubs, to be quite honest, who the only reason I'm not going to vote for them for MVP is because they're not the MVP of the Cubs, right? Some teams are just too deep and they're too organizationally strong. You take Aaron Judge off the Yankees, that team's a 20-win to the team is the Rockies. I mean, that's
savage.
Just listen to the words. Value, right? Value, what you offer to the team as a player. Who offers the most to their team? MVP. Raleigh doesn't do that for the Mariners. Sorry.
Tell me when I'm telling lies, please. Please, Steve.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
We're coming off the heels of Woo, and not the Ghost Files of Shelby Woo on Nickelodeon. Woo damn near had a no-hitter / perfect game in a game that the Yankees won.
Scary pitching there, man. And George Kirby's still just coming back. I'm afraid of the Mariners.
Like, Mariners pitching
more than the Tigers, more than the Red Sox. I'll be honest.
Facts. Mariners pitching gives me the heebie-jeebies, But we'll get there in October. We'll cross that imaginary bridge when we get there. In the words of Jason Bateman. It's your boy, U-Goboy, and my friends at New York Posse. They're gonna hook you up with some official gear. The Knicks are hotter than ever, and they're gonna get you right with some official snapbacks, beanies, official gear, official like tissue, baby. Hit that promo code below, 2024, get 20% off on all New York Posse gear. Hit the link below, and they're gonna get you right. It's your boy, U-Goboy, Yahtzee. NL Central first place team. The Cubs, they're a game up on the Brewers. I feel like that's going to go down to the wire. The Cardinals they're 6.5 back, but they're just there. But Cubs are in first place, and because we got to hurry up because we have about 10 minutes left.
I'll go the other way real quick and just say I think the Cubs win this division by a minimum of 8 games. I don't think it's even a contest.
I think
Michael Busch is a man possessed. They're just figuring out who they are as a team.
I think right now, tell me when I'm telling lies. I think right now.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I believe the Cubs are the best team in the NL right now.
I agree with that. I will go on the record there and say that as well.
Give me a boomy. Give me a boomy right there.
Boo me!
There we go.
Cheer me! Love me! Hate me! You all do it because you know I'm right.
5-game series, Cubs, Dodgers. Give me the Cubs. 7-game series, Cubs, Dodgers. Give me the Cubs. 3-game series, Cubs, Dodgers. Give me the Cubs. They made me a believer when they came to the stadium. Mind you, the Yankees have owned the Cubs. I think they were something nuts, like 27-7 in the last 15 or 20 years against them head-to-head in interleague play. But this is a different team. They're deep. They're young. Their pitching is pristine. They got a bunch of guys in there. I think they got 2 outfielders playing together tonight in tonight's game for the first time since 1930 something. You know what I mean? There was no color TV last time that happened. So but the Cubs are, to me, they're the class of the NL right now. They are. It's them. And they're in first place. I'm with you. They're going to run away with the Central. And of course the Dodgers, don't forget about the Dodgers lead the Padres by 5.5. They lead the Giants by 6. Don't be shocked if the Padres and Dodgers, for a second straight year, as God intended it, meet up in the playoffs. And again, the Padres should have beat the Dodgers last year. They had the decisive game. They were a win away. The game was at Petco. And I was like, oh my God, tell me when I'm telling lies. I said this before the game started. I'm just like, if the Padres lose this game, they're going to lose this series. And they did.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
It was there. It was there. You had Tatis hitting home runs. Fans wanting to fight him in the stands over in LA. I think if the Padres get to run that back, just like the Mets and Phillies,
same thing,
want their lick back, the Padres are going to get their lick back because the Dodgers aren't as good as last year. They're just not. They're just not. And they weren't healthy last year. They're not healthy again this year.
And, we're more than halfway through, right? We're well into game 90, whatever. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman's WAR right now is well less than half of any other year of the last 10 years other than 2020.
That's not good.
They've gotten old, right? They have finally aged out, which you expect, right? They're old guys, right? They're veterans. It's supposed to happen. Yeah. They are, Gonsolin's injured, Sasaki's injured. They're relying. I mean, Kershaw's looked great, but go ahead, tell the Padres that Kershaw's going to be who they rely on in the playoffs. They're begging for that to be the case, right? So, we'll see if they can get, just like how the Yankees were old in the late 90s and it didn't matter, on October 1st, they all turned into 21-year-olds again, right?
Facts.
I'll believe Freeman and Betts can't hit in October when I see it, right? I also got a real quick shout out to me, of all people. Happy birthday to me. My hot take in March. I had the Giants finishing second in the NL West. I'm just saying. I'm more mathematically alive than I thought I would be at this point in the year.
They're third. The Padres are 5.5. Giants are 6.
I am closer than I thought I would be. Thank you, Rafael Devers.
I didn't have Devers getting traded there. I didn't have Devers being traded at all. But Boston does that. They like to trade their where's the word? Generational stars. They love to trade them. You know what I mean? So don't worry. Duran's the next to get traded. I can't wait. Padres had interest. Love you, Steve. We got a few more minutes. Let's get some Yankee talk real quick, and then we'll bring it on home. Can I get that "Let's Go Yankees"? Can I get the whistles and bells? Can I get a "Let's Go Yankees"? Come on, Steve. It's there. It's there.
Marv would have it already. Just throwing it out there.
Savage.
Shots fired.
One more time, Steve.
Love you, Steve.
Oh yeah. Yanks are 2 games back of the Blue Jays, as we mentioned before. I don't think that holds up. I see Cashman's out for blood, and I like him. I like when Cashman's feisty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love a feisty Brian Cashman. That's what I'm talking about. And I expect the Yankees to make moves. He said that they're going to be very aggressive. And, he's never comfortable. He said he worked for George Steinbrenner Sr. for 50,000 years. He's like, I'm never comfortable. So someone was asking about comfortability a couple weeks ago, and he gave the right answer of somebody that's the GM of the evil empire. Yankees need to make moves. Can I get the sad music for DJ LeMahieu? You get the sad music for DJ LeMahieu? Please, yeah. Former New York.
Why don't we do Clown of the Week on this show?
Former New York Yankee. He's been designated for assignment. Old man LeMahieu. Like he was the He was the 47-year-old Yankee that needed to go, and God, this needed to happen like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But he goes, and again, the Yankees need to make a move. They got to get some more offense.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Sidebar, love you, DJ. I love DJ hits. I loved you before you fell off, before Father Time won, like he always wins.
Gannon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see who the Yankees go out and get. Don't be shocked if who's the Diamondbacks pitcher with the glasses? Gaffin?
Well, so it's Zach Gallen.
Gallen.
And he's the assumption is he's going to come over in a bigger deal involving Eugenio Suarez.
Ooh,
right? Suarez, 31 homers, third baseman. He's honestly the only reason I don't even want to wait till the trade deadline special is because if I'm Cashman, literally the last out of the All-Star game gets recorded, and I'm calling the Diamondbacks and saying, okay, now that Suarez played, can we get him now? But to me, I'm more in on Merrill Kelly than I am on Zach Gallen, actually. He's going to turn 37 in October, but, we have guys coming back in the next couple of years from injury. We don't need them long term. In the meantime, listen, Will Warren is 1-2 on the road this year, and that includes avoiding a loss when he gave up 8 runs at Toronto, and avoiding a loss when he only made it an inning and 2/3 at Tampa Bay. I mean, he really should be 1-4 on the road. Merrill Kelly, 3-1 all time in the playoffs, all 4 on the road, and the only loss was at the Phillies, who he then beat 6 days later. The dude is ice in the playoffs. He beat the Dodgers, which is a huge checklist in Los Angeles. That's the guy we need, because right now, I mean, Luis Gil's coming back, but you're one injury to either Rodon, Gil, or Fried away from Will Warren pitching a Game 3 or Game 4, which if you don't catch Toronto, or better yet, if you catch Toronto, is on the road. I don't want Will Warren pitching any critical game on the road. He's been terrible. You probably can't move Chase Hampton, right? Because he has the Tommy John. We have the one lefty, Brock, what's his name at Somerset. He's the only lefty in the system, so he's gone. But if Arizona's looking for a ready arm in return, because you can move a Bryce Cunningham, you can move a Cade Smith as like the sort of younger arm, you're going to have to move Will Warren. I'm sorry. I would move Will Warren. I would get Merrill Kelly is what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, like the video. Also subscribe to the channel. Man, I'm telling you, man, like King Cole, Tommy John, Cole Schmidt, Tommy John,
Clark, but yeah.
I mean, you're like it's thin, man. And again, I don't want to speak injury into existence, as I did with the Toronto Blue Jays earlier. But it's like, Max Fried has been so good. He had the blister in the last outing, but I'm not worried about him. His track record speaks for itself. Rodon has been good enough. He hasn't been as good as last year, but he's been solid. He got an All-Star selection for a reason. Those two, you need a third head right there. And I don't want it to be Luis Gil, because again, he's coming off an injury. I'm going with Gallen, man. I think they should. That's still my pick. I think Cashman needs to pull the trigger. I would feel so much better if they had that third Hydra monster to go there. So because it can't be Fried and Rodon or bust. It just can't be, considering both of them are lefties. You need somebody else, man. Because again, in a 3-game series or a 5-game series or a 7-game series, whatever, you need a minimum of 3 guys that are just stoppers that can get it done. And this is where I miss King Cole, man. This is where if the Yankees don't, and I'm not picking them to win the World Series this year. I just think too many injuries to overcome this year, honestly. But we'll get there. We'll Jason Bateman. We'll cross that imaginary bridge when we get there. That's from The Breakup, by the way. Great movie with him and Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. But yeah, it's just like, man. Cashman needs to make a move, and they need to get an arm in the rotation. They got to get an arm in the bullpen, and they got to get some offense at third base. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You can get 2 of those 3 from Arizona. And the thing is, because to me, there's really only. Sorry, we'll wrap it up right here. There's really only 2 third base options out there. Brooks Lee should be an everyday starter for the Twins, which means Willie Castro is out there theoretically, their utility guy. He has 9 starts at third this year. He has like 75 starts all over the place this year. But that's what the Astros need. And so the Astros should be in on Willie Castro as well. And the last thing I want to do is jack the price of a guy who's a rental because of a bidding war. And who's in on Merrill Kelly besides me, right? I mean, he's 36, turning 37 in October. He's a free agent at the end of the year. But here's the thing. I kind of am okay. You know, Ryan Yarborough will come back. I thought he was doing a good job.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not afraid letting Alan Winans pitch a game in August and a game in September. Let JT Brubaker go 4 innings every 2 weeks. You know, we can manufacture the wins. But listen, Zach Gallen's floor was terrifying in the beginning of the year. He looked awful at times. You know, Merrill Kelly has the 2.25 ERA in those 4 starts in the playoffs. It speaks for itself, and I trust Merrill Kelly's floor over Zach Gallen's floor, knowing that I can trust Fried and Rodon to be the ceiling side of it.
True, but I do love what Gallen has done historically in the playoffs, though. You know, I like what he did with the Diamondbacks during their title run. You know, he had obviously it came up short against the Rangers, but he's shown that he can pitch in the postseason, and that's what you need.
Real quick, last thing here. If I'm if I'm almost any team other than maybe Seattle, if I find Detroit in the playoffs, I'm not using Fried or Rodon. I'm literally just letting JT Brubaker go out there and lose 36-0, and then we'll get him in games 2, 3, and 4. I'm not even attempting that. You're wasting Max Fried. You're going to lose 2-1 and be in a hole because you have Rodon going in a must-win if you waste Max Fried against him. I'm just warning you right now, Yankees.
Against Tarek Skubal, who will probably pitch in a perfect game. But anyway, round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Before we get up out of here, I went to, it's somebody's birthday. Keep those round of applause going. Keep those round of applause going. Happy birthday, Mongo. I went to my favorite store, Goodwill, as always. And I had an extra one, too. I got Derek Jeter. I got the captain. There you go. Happy birthday, buddy. To the best co-host in podcasting. You're the John Madden. I'm the Pat Summerall. Love you, big dog. We can't do this show without you. Love you, Steve, as well. Love you, Marvelous as well too. It's this guy's birthday and he deserves everything. We love you guys, and we're gonna sign off just like that. That's the belt. John Cena's got that, and Peacemaker's coming out. Superman in theaters now. That's the other belt. Goldberg, who still can't wrestle, he's retired. He had that one. But NWO Bret Hart had that one too, as well as Sting. This is Mongo. That's the birthday boy. He's got a Derek Jeter shirt.
Go, boy.
Steve's got a beard and a baldy, and he's in the control room, and I love him. I'm U-Goboy.
U-Goboy.
We love you guys. NFL season's on the way. Second half of the MLB season is also on the way. We love you guys. Come on back. Peace. We love you. Got to.
Whoa. Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag. I need more. Hey, 3P Jordan. Whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam.
You go, boy.
Yahtzee.